if you're in the public and you do have people who are following you, and you
Mm-hmm.
break your frame like that, I'm sorry, like you pretty much lost the trust of your followers in one way, shape, or form. They might still follow you, but there's something inside of you, or something inside of them that will no longer be able to be at ease with you leading
Mm-hmm.
because you lost your frame so easily like that, or you just lost your frame in general.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Without further ado, let's go right in.
The
Why is
Guardian.
it that a bill banning abortions after a woman has been pregnant for 6 weeks is not a return to the Dark Ages? What's your answer?
My answer is something called science. Human life exists at conception. It ought to be protected. Now, back to my question to you. You purport to be an objective journalist. BBC purports to be an objective down-the-middle network. It obviously is not. It never has been. And you, as a journalist, are proceeding to call one side of the political aisle ignorant, barbaric, and sending us back to the Dark Ages. Why don't you just say that you're on the left? Is this so hard for you? Why can't you just be honest?
Mr.
Seriously,
Shapiro,
it's a serious question.
Mr. Shapiro, if you only knew how ridiculous that statement is, you wouldn't have said it. I just asked
Really?
you a question.
And I asked you a question. You failed to answer a single one of mine. Frankly, I find this whole thing a waste of time. If you want to read the book and critique the book, why don't you read and critique the book? If
Bro, why does he sound like a robot?
you want to read, if you want to
Is that
critique
really
me,
his
you can
voice?
think whatever you want.
Yeah, bro, that's how he
Bro,
sounds.
I thought you guys were altering the thing so we didn't get the
No, no,
copyright
no, no,
notice.
no. That's his voice, bro.
Of me.
Why don't you just
frankly,
try and
I don't
answer
care.
the
I don't frankly
questions?
give a damn what you think of me since I've never heard of you.
And I've never heard of you until I briefed myself for this. But that's not the issue. You have a
Then
new
why the
book
hell are you
out,
interviewing
and
me, sir?
it's an interesting book. But my point is, your book claims that
Well, it'd be
society...
nice if you would quote it from time to time.
Your book is... Well, actually, I've done so several times, and I'm about to do so again, if you would let me just finish the question. Your book
frankly, I don't
claims
think
that
this, you know what?
society
Honestly,
is turning its
sir,
back on Judeo-Christian values.
Yeah, this
What are
considering
those values?
considering
what are the values it's turning its back on?
I'm not inclined to continue an interview with a person as badly motivated as you as an interviewer. So I think we're done here. I appreciate your time, sir.
All
Thank
right.
you so
Well,
much.
thank you for your time and for showing that anger is not part of American political discourse. Now, Mr. Shapiro, we'll say goodbye.
It's funny, bro.
What was the point of this?
Ben Shapiro loses frame in public. But I just want to give a quick disclaimer right now. We're not pro-abortion. We're Muslims. We're anti-abortion. But, there's nuances in the Sharia. We're not talking anti-abortion in every case, right? Sometimes if it hurts the mother, there's special, circumstances and exceptions. We're not talking about that. But in general, we are anti-abortion, at least the way they're doing it because of this over-sexualization, which is rampant in the West. So I don't want to say we don't agree with what Ben Shapiro is saying. But we do agree with what the guy was saying. He does have anger issues, bro, and he lost frame. Point of
Would
this
like
video.
to have seen what happened before because I feel like that was just taken out of context. I'm not saying anything for or against Ben. I don't even know the dude. I've never really. Again, this is the first time I've heard his voice. I thought this was like an alteration, so we didn't get copyright. But I really think that there was context that was missing that we don't understand why he got to that point.
What I wanted to ask y'all about this video clip, what is the importance of not, losing frame when you're in the public eye?
Well, I mean, aside from how people are going to see you, it's just important for you and your views. It doesn't help your case. It doesn't help your views. It doesn't help whatever you're trying to promote that you're sitting there, losing your mind. And it's not just that he was upset. It was really arrogant as well. Like, I've never heard of you. I don't know who you are. And it's kind of like, I have a following. I'm big. If you want, read my book. You don't have the right to talk to me like this, all that stuff. And it's very arrogant. But on top of that, I feel that his fans probably took a hit after that. Because, like if I saw someone I look up to, react that way, that poorly to just a discussion, because the interviewer wasn't, as far as I know, he didn't seem to be poorly motivated. Maybe he had a bit of a bias, but if you truly believe what Ben Shapiro believes, then he should have just argued against him like he argues against everyone else and debates everyone else. Why didn't he just turn that into a debate rather than I was going to use a very jahil saying, but a ego measuring contest?
I can't speak too much on that because, again, I feel like there's context that's missing from the video here. But I'll say that if if you're in the public and you do have people who are following you, and you
Mm-hmm.
break your frame like that, I'm sorry, like you pretty much lost the trust of your followers in one way, shape, or form. They might still follow you, but there's something inside of you, or something inside of them that will no longer be able to be at ease with you leading
Mm-hmm.
because you lost your frame so easily like that, or you just lost your frame in general. You know, people want to follow someone who is strong, you know, whether that be mentally, whether that be physically, whether that be in another sense, but they want to follow someone who has that strength, that quality. And if someone breaks frame, like I'm sorry, but that doesn't show strength, that shows weakness.
Mm-hmm. Composure is key, bro. There's hadith about the Prophet ﷺ, he would always speak after everyone else spoke. He would always walk on average before, or sorry, behind everyone else. You know, just to make sure everyone else is before. It's restraint. It's not just doing what you want to do with instinct, but it's curbing your instinct and desires and doing what as a man you should do.
With that being said, اللهم آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Wa alaikum assalam.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله.
That's crazy because y'all know how like impactful it was.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
if you're watching this, it was such a strong dream that I woke up and then I was talking to my dad and I was crying because of how strong the dream was, how impactful the dream was. And then I ended up driving to the mosque. It was like 5:40 something to do Fajr at the mosque. And I was crying the entire way to the mosque. And subhanAllah, like, I think it's crazy that